Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Rex, and there's, I've not heard of, what's this brand here? I've not recognized the brand.
So this is Bendt No.5. This is the distillery that used to be Witherspoon Distillery.
I think I heard of Witherspoon.
And now they are Bendt No.5. They're still producing the Witherspoon stuff too, I think.
Daniel, we forgot to record this.
Look at the stores.
Quickly, in the distance. Wow, that is really That's really amazing. They are coming. It's rumbling. It can only be...
Rajnay and Shane Jeffcoat.
Cheers, you magnificent bastards!
But this is their first little creation, or one of their creations.
Okay.
Blended American whiskey. That is rookie hour.
You know what the rule is.
Oh, it's my sister.
I get to choose 5 whiskeys if the phone rings.
Oh, okay. That's not true.
That's just
I thought the rule was I had to answer it on camera.
Yeah, who is it?
That's what you did, Sarah.
That was Sarah?
Yeah.
You should answer.
It's my sister.
Yes, she's delightful.
Yeah. Like I did.
I've known Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah.
I've known Sarah a lot longer than you. Yeah. Which is good, too.
I'm not...
You're trying to get back to the whiskey, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you not know where you are, Daniel?
I don't know where to go with.
You don't know.
I've known your sister longer than you.
Yeah. No, I blame her for the trajectory of my life.
Oh, yeah. That's 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay. Her fault.
Okay, so Bendt No.5 is a blend of 5 different whiskeys that they made.
Okay.
Bourbon, rye, malt, wheat, and light whiskey.
Oh, okay. Bourbon.
And not the grains,
Right.
but the actual whiskeys.
Yeah.
A blend of a bourbon, a rye, a malt, a wheat, and a light whiskey.
Okay.
And he gave us a lot of information. Remember, this is Louisville, Texas. It's 27% straight whiskeys, which is 2 or older.
Yes.
Right? And then 73% whiskeys at least 9 months old.
Okay.
And that's the blend.
Yes.
Right? I love the idea
really
of
nice on the
this.
nose.
What I'm looking for is something to match what I think Ireland and Scotland are putting out in quality, affordable blends.
Okay. So
That's what I'm looking
they're
for
blending-
emotionally.
They're blending their own stuff.
Yeah.
And we're left with just something categorized as whiskey.
Right.
Okay. Oh, it's really it's like that classic bourbony sweetness, though. The American whiskey bourbony sweetness.
Yeah, I'm getting more of like an apple citrus sweetness. It's making me think of cheap Irish whiskey, but without the
I'm not getting
shortbread.
like the really hard ethanol ding, though.
No, it's a subdued ethanol.
I can see apple citrus. I could see that. Like the apple that you would get from a lot of bourbons. That lighter, fresher apple. Yeah. Not like super ripe.
No.
Like a crisp Fuji.
Yeah, not quite green like sour apple.
Yeah.
But not quite like dark red.
Yeah, and then the nose, it's fairly, it's not one note, but there's like 2 or 3 notes in that nose there. It's just a nice, classic American whiskey sweetness with the fresh,
41.5%.
crisp apple, so fairly low proof there.
Yeah, but 41.5, that's a random number.
And then the thing that made you jump to like an Irish blend
is that
I agree. I'm not sure what note is drawing us towards that category, though.
I think it's the appley direction that I get in Green Spot.
Okay.
Right? But minus all the depth that I get in Pot Still.
Okay, so maybe similar flavors, but distilled in a column, so they don't have as much saturation and intensity to them.
Yeah.
Do we know?
But it's not. I don't think it is. I think it's. Actually, I don't know if it's pot still or column still. Oh, hey. It's in the family.
So
it's in the family of budget Irish.
You just did the Jameson pour.
Yeah, I didn't drink this or anything. I just held it and smelled it.
Oh, it's getting there.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could find this in a category of like a newer Irish release.
Yeah. And the ethanol is there, but it's not just a heavy-handed, punch you in the nose. There's just like this layer.
I wonder if it's closer to Writer's Tears.
Maybe. Go do the Writer's
I'll bet it
Tears.
is.
Do it, and you pour it, and you put it right.
Where is Writer's Tears? I know I kept. Here we go. Because remember how we always wanted Writer's Tears to be darker than it was, but it wasn't?
I got some anecdotal evidence that it's just a good freaking name, man. Because some non-whiskey people, they, kind of got wind of what my job is. And they were going through Irish lists, and they picked out of all the things, it's like, oh, this sounds like it could be good just based on the name. Writer's Tears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Writer's Tears. Oh, yeah.
Writer's Tears is going to be more perfumey compared.
Yeah. But it's much closer in the style of nose and the level of things. It's just not quite the same notes.
Irish blend, what you're not getting, though, that you very often get from Irish is that shortbread cookie.
Yeah, minus the shortbread.
Right.
Then it smells like an Irish blend.
Getting there.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well,
it's just candy sugar sweet.
It is sugar. That's like a sugar explosion. Like a sugar bomb.
Man.
Sugar bomb. Man, if you like sweet whiskeys, though.
Go to the Writer's Tears, and you can see a little more of the malt grain.
That is interesting that you have so many different whiskeys going into a blend, like different categories, right? Going into a blend, and then what it blends into is more complex on the nose. Even the nose is relatively simple with like 2 or 3 notes.
Oh.
And then on the taste, it's just sweet and simple.
It almost tastes like sugar added. You know what I mean?
But again, man, I think I'm always trying to be really mindful of nerd curve versus mass market palate.
Yeah.
And I think mass market, like the meaty part of the bell curve for people buying whiskey, they just want that sweet element that they can, that I think the sweetness could hold up to ice, even though it's a fairly low proof. Maybe.
I don't know, man. This is definitely closer to like the Firestone Robertson, the TX blended, right?
I think TX blended. In addition to this level of sweetness, there was like a really rich, just a vanilla ice cream note.
Yeah, whereas this is like super sweet, but still a whiskey note, right? I mean, it's not my preference at all in any way.
It's like thinned out that apple that was showing up on the nose, that crisp, fresh, almost citrusy apple.
Son of a bitch, it's going to be drinkable.
It's a thinned out apple on the taste for sure. Very thinned out apple, and then like sugar poured all over this thing. If you like sweet whiskeys, this could be your jam. If not, then not so much.
All right, you got more comments over there?
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much that nose changes after you get the whiskey in you. We'll see.
For me, it stays, everything stays the same, but peanut butter showed up.
Peanut butter?
Yeah, go back looking for peanut butter.
I didn't get that at all. I'll revisit in a second here. We got Tim Shulapov. Tribe, I have a question about barrels. Does anyone know why Scotch releases usually state the spirit that occupied the barrels before they were used for the Scotch? Unless the barrels are hogsheads. All right. Like you see port pipes, sherry cask, bourbon barrels, but with hogsheads, it's just first fill hogsheads or refill hogsheads, but no mentioning of the previous tenant. I heard that it's because hogsheads are assembled from parts of different barrels, but that sounds like a recipe for a very inconsistent flavor profile. What say you?
So here's the thing.
Right.
In theory, if you're using them traditionally, hogsheads are barrels that are made up of staves that used to hold something else.
Yeah.
Because often when they send the bourbon barrels over to Scotland to be reused, they don't send them. Remember, we were even in Ireland. They don't send them as barrels because that takes up a crap ton of wasted space. That's mostly air. What they do is they break down all the staves and they send them all broken down and stacked. And so when they arrive at the distillery, they get recoopered.
Okay.
But you're using bourbon barrel staves, right?
Right.
Well, those bourbon barrel staves, if you take those and then you put new oak heads on the top, that's a hogshead.
Okay.
right? So it's used staves, new oak heads. Now, the staves could have been using anything previously.
Right.
And they can be different sizes. Like you can have a bourbon hogshead.
Yeah.
You could have a sherry cask hogshead. And that's why sometimes they'll say sherry hogshead and sometimes they'll just say hogshead.
Yeah.
Because traditionally, if they just say hogshead, it's likely bourbon.
Oh, okay. It's not necessarily a mishmash of various stuff?
No.
Okay.
Now, usually it's one thing. But, yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Nerd alert.
Very simple.
Fun moment.
Super saccharine sweet. And if
I'm going back to the writer's tears.
If you're into that end of the spectrum, then you're not going to be disappointed by the sweetness. You may be let down by complexity and depth of the flavors, though.
Yep.
Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal your lover's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.